complicated, and how do we get on from it? YouTube, okay, sorry. It looks like you guys just came on, so y'all missed the first portion. So thank you for joining us, YouTube. We're actually live this time instead of you now. It's awesome. So I got my cameras all fixed up, and Bethany is now calming down in life. And that's one of the reasons why she wanted to talk about this, because I feel like there's a couple of things I need to help some sisters with. So Ashley Whitcomb, hey girl, hey, you know my signature phrase. Wanda Gale, hey beautiful, my dear Texas lady, hello, how are you? So anyway, all right, so let's talk about TS and romantic relationships. Now, I've seen, and this has happened to me in the past, you get into a romantic relationship, whether it's a guy or a girl, you know, I don't think anybody should judge on that. That's just my personal opinion. So whether it's a guy or a girl, you know, you get into these relationships, and I think in the beginning you have kind of like the honeymoon phase where everything's just a bed of roses, and you know, everything's just, nothing can ruin it. There's, you know, it's blissful, we're holding hands, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, unless you've got that like real deep bond, sisters, let me go ahead and tell you, unless you have that deep bond, I'm going to move, YouTube, I'm going to move your camera a little bit so that way y'all are close together. But romantic relationships, really any relationship, I think, is first off based on trust, honesty. There's things that you have in common. You know, there's chemistry. Okay, there's chemistry. There's a difference between, you know, okay, I like being around this person, and then I want to be around this person. Okay, all right, you know what I'm saying. Heather Lynn Wanda, yes. You know what I'm saying. Heather Valentine, hey girl, hey, how's it going? Hey girl, hi. Lisa Pack, hello, hey. So, also, sorry guys, I know one of the things, I know y'all were probably looking for my road trip. So that's going to have to be put on hold till next month. Dawn Hennessy, hey, hi girl. That's going to be put on till next month. I had an issue with my car once I got back to Colorado. The control arm on my car decided to go kaput. So, therefore, thusly, Bethany's definitely not driving her car with a ruined control arm. Wanda Gelf, feel free to ask me anything. I've been married for 8 years. I know. Wanda's your girl, really. She's got a wonderful marriage, I think. Well, so this is one of the things. Let's go ahead and talk about why I think there's some people, it's all about how you make it, I guess you could say. There can be some things, let's say, that make TS and a romantic relationship complicated, okay? For a lack of better term, okay? You know, but I think a lot of the things that we think can complicate relationships from TS, I think it's all about how you approach it and how you deal with it, if that makes sense. Leah Jones, I have been working on trust issues for years. Yeah, I'm actually going through my divorce. You know, and this is something I'm going to talk a little bit about tonight, you know, while we're on the subject. April Burnett, hey there, hey. So my trust issues, I have really, my trust issues is mostly once, I don't care if somebody like talks about me behind my back, or whether, you know, there's a lot of things I can handle, but what I can't handle is things being hidden from me and being lied to. So I can understand where you're coming from, Leah. After I got divorced, trying to read everybody's comments. Wanda Gale, Leah, that takes time. It does. Latricia says, hey girl. April Burnett, girl, you're such a goofy. But anyway, my trust issues stem from the fact that my parents didn't tell me that I had TS till I was 15. And so if it's one thing that will make me absolutely want to just X somebody out of my life, it's if I find out that they've hidden something from me, or if they've lied to me about something. Like, I would rather you do a lot of other things. you know, uh, and I think a lot of us, uh, or some of us, should I say, I don't want to call it social anxiety, but what I want to say is that I think a lot of us compare ourselves to other TS women, to other women that are out there. Does that make sense? Like, we want to compare ourselves to, like, the Angelina Jolies and the Selena Gomez's and, you know, Camila Cabello, you know. Like, we have this idea of what we're supposed to look like, and so when we see one issue maybe in our relationship, we can have trust issues because of that. Like, what's really going on? But what I want to say about that is, you know, everybody's individualistic, and I don't look like you, you don't look like me, you know, this ain't Barney's, we're one happy family, okay? Like, everybody's different, we all look different, we all have different body types, you know, and the thing is that before you can even try to love somebody else, you gotta love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, you ain't got no business being in a relationship in the first place. Y'all know me, I'm a straight shooter, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. If you don't love yourself, you ain't got no business being in a relationship. You just don't. I would suggest doing what I did after my divorce. I went to counseling because, you know, after going through that, I had my own mental hang-ups that I had to deal with. And it wasn't because of TS per se. It was just because of what happened in my relationship. And, you know, like I've said with medical diagnosis, you know, you have TS, but then you have this medical diagnosis. You know, yeah, can the two be related? Or, you know, yeah, TS can have, like, you can find heart conditions in TS, but is it specifically TS that causes the heart conditions? You know, there's still a lot of research that they're doing, and that's one of the things that they were doing at the TSSUS conference this year. But it really, that's my one thing is love yourself. You got to learn to love yourself. If you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Heather, when I went through my awful split, I pinned inspirational sayings and such to Pinterest. I looked at it any time needed. Okay. April Burnett, I found out at 16. Leah Jones, I love that idea, Heather. Yeah, and I do too. You know, sometimes you just need those inspirational sayings. What helps me out, y'all know me, I'm very Southern. I got to go to the gym, and I need to go to the gym. I need to work it out. I need to punch it out. That's just how I am. You know, that was one of the reasons why I was in ROTC. I played sports. When I get worked up like that, like if I go through like this divorce, that's why I got off the internet for a while, and that's why y'all didn't see me a lot, was because I knew I wasn't in a good place to be around anybody, much less give any advice. You know, I still feel at times I'm still working on myself from that. And this is why I say if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else, because if you don't love yourself and you bring issues into the relationship, forget TS, you're going to bring complications into it anyway. And really, if you look at it, it's not really your fault. Things have happened to you in your past that you haven't really dealt with. Like, that's, you know, that's stuff that I've had to deal with, is things that happened to me in my past that I really didn't deal with until I was 32 years old, which is probably something you shouldn't do, but, you know, it's me and I'm stubborn. What can I say? Okay, so Wanda Gale, I would recommend spending time on ourselves first, then everything else will fall into place. Exactly. Thank you, Wanda. Toby. Hey, Toby. Married 20 years in February. I gotta commend you for that one, sister. I only lasted 2 years. Let's see. April Burnett. Just recently spent a week in a mental health facility. They adjusted my meds, hoping it helps. A relationship seems impossible. You know, excuse me. I don't want to say, April, I don't want to say it's impossible. Like, especially after my divorce, I'm still dealing with, am I going to get married again? All this other stuff. Don't say never, but, I think you'll get there. You just, well, I'd suggest taking some time to work on yourself. That's what I did. Take some time to work on yourself. You've got to. If you do not work on yourself, you cannot be the best person you can be. And then you can't be the best person you could be for somebody else, much less yourself. And so that's why I think that's important. Ashley Whitcomb, been married 3 years, and it's all about compromising. Can we get a hallelujah from the choir? Thank you. We have gone through a lot this year and has made our marriage stronger. Yeah, that's another thing. Well, actually, any relationship, when you think about it, there has to be compromise, whether it's a romantic relationship or like family relationship, friend relationship. It's it's really, that's one of those things that you have to do 50-50. You got to give some and the other person has to give some. You can't give everything. And I know this is probably going to get a little personal, but that's kind of how I felt in my marriage. I was given 100%, and my ex-husband was given absolutely nothing. So that's why I decided it was just time for me to walk out the door. So Michelle, hey Bethany, been in a relationship for 14 years and it's been a roller coaster. Relationships are roller coasters, and this is why I think a lot of girls think they're complicated. Is it because of TS? No. Here's the thing. Any relationship, there's people who have diabetes or have, other genetic disorders. It really doesn't matter that you have a genetic disorder. What matters the most is, y'all know me and my coffee. I'm sorry. It is decaf, Scarlett, before you even text me. It's decaf. But anyway, you're going to have roller coasters. You're going to have your ups and downs. You're going to have your arguments. You're going to have the times where, everybody wants to be at each other's throats, things like that. You're going to have your good days, your bad days, your sideways, it's a lot. Okay. LOL. Okay, Wanda, communication and trust is the basis for a great marriage. Thank you. It is. It is a huge base. If you do not have trust and you do not have communication, your marriage is over before it even starts, much less any kind of romantic relationship. And that's TS or not. The reason I wanted to bring up TS when it came to this topic is I've talked to a couple of girls, not exactly that feel like TS gets in the way of them having a relationship, but that, sometimes because of who we are, I've done it myself, maybe misunderstanding things, but of course I'm aphasic as well, so that's really not TS, that's my aphasia kicking in. Things like that. But if you don't have communication, you don't have trust with that person, it's over. And like I said, that's why I say that, I would rather somebody tell me that they did something bad than lie to me about it or hide it from me. That's just my thing. Let's see. All right, Catherine Sarsfield, married for 10 years. Woo! Let me hear for all my married people, right? Philip! Woo! And I know he's sitting right next to Wanda. So, can you tickle Wanda for me? I'm kidding. Philip, I talked about this before, I think. Turner women get lost in the shuffle. Since I do not, quote, see anything wrong with you ladies. Example. Down syndrome is noticeable. This is why it's hard. Philip, it's not letting me read the rest of it. But I know that you and I, or, you and Wanda, like we've talked about that before. And I totally agree. And that's what I was saying in the beginning, ladies. We're all individualistic. We're not all looking like Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Aniston or Camila Cabello or any of these. Seriously, I'm 32. I know I don't look like I'm 32, but I feel it. Trust me. Okay. Mike Huck, no. Okay. No, it is not. Amy Vaughn, I'm my own worst enemy and learning to like myself first. Almost self-sabotage. You know, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Amy. That's exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of us go into, you know, you might like I said, it's your preference. I don't care. You like a guy, you like a girl, you like both. It's your deal, okay? But if you find somebody that you really care about and you want a relationship with them, you know, doubting yourself, I think is the worst thing you can do. You know, what I have found in the past is that guys, at least, you know, for us, if you like guys love confidence in a woman. They love confidence. I cannot stress that enough. I have talked to guys before and been like, you know, hey, what do you love most in a woman? They like confidence, and they find it, girls, I know we're going to get a little personal tonight. So, but they find it very attractive. They find it very sexy for a woman to be confident, to know herself, like to love herself. And that's why, you know, if you don't like yourself, like Amy's saying, you know, it's almost a self-sabotage. You know, you've got to love yourself. You've got to look on that brighter side. You know, the grass is always greener on the other side. Or at least that's what we think. But, you know, I'm 5 foot and, you know, getting on hormones, I gained 20 pounds. And, you know, I've gone short hair, long hair, red hair, purple hair. You know, I tried a lot of different things to try to make myself look good, because I was in a relationship where I felt like, obviously, I didn't feel like my partner, like I was having to do stuff to get my partner's attention. You don't want that. Let me tell you, that is the worst feeling in the world, to be in a position where you think your partner doesn't even want to look at you. Like, you've got to love yourself, girls. Love yourself. And if you change your looks, do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you. That's my advice. Okay. So, Wanda, bye-bye. Thank you, girl. Bye, boy, bye. Amy Vaughn, and I'm my own worst critic. That is true. You know, we can be our own worst critic. I put myself down. I've had a lot of people tell me that I'm a beautiful woman, and most of the time it's hard for me to believe that, because it, you know, just the way I saw myself and things that happened to me in my past, you know, it was really hard. Thank you, Mike, Philip. This is not the place for that. Wow. Okay. So no. So okay. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for Mike's comments. I have now just blocked him, so he's not gonna be. You're not gonna see him anymore. He can't see this video. April Burnett. I have a hard time seeing myself as attractive. And oh, by the way, thank you, Philip, for, you know, trying to be a gentleman and get this guy out. April Burnett. I have a hard time seeing myself as attractive. And that's exactly what I was talking about. I had the hardest time because, like I said, in my marriage, just because of what happened, it was so hard for me to see myself as attractive, as, you know, a beautiful woman. Even though I would have a lot of people say, you know, Bethany, I would kill to be your size. Or, you know, I would kill to have, you know, this or that. Or, you know, people told me when I first got glasses, they were like, oh, Bethany, you have like that sexy librarian look, you know. But it's just, you've got to find it in yourself, girls. You've really got to do it for yourself. Sorry, comments coming up. Wanda, thank you. You're welcome. The first comment, I was like, okay, are we joking? And then second, yeah, no, sorry. And my comments aren't coming up till later. So, and then I'm also trying to figure out how to block the guy. Michelle, see, this is what I'm talking about. Michelle Schultz, thanks for kicking that creep out. You're welcome. That's what I do. Let's see. Wanda Gale, brother got our back, sisters. Yes, he does. And Philip is such a gentleman. I love Philip. Tiffany McKenna. Thank you. Not sure what Mike's deal was. Me neither. Maybe, I don't even know where he came from or how he got on the page. Anyway, so if we're going to get back to the attractiveness and stuff like that. So I think just a little bit for me to help some of you girls. Oh, sorry. Philip. Angelina Jolie is not that hot in my opinion. Not rush love. Ladies, do not compare yourselves to others. Thank you, Philip. That's exactly what yeah, exactly. Because you see, what happened, I'm going to get really personal here for a minute, but I feel like I need to say this because I feel like somebody needs to hear what I'm about to say. I got married, and when I first met my ex-husband, it was that honeymoon phase, the butterflies, the, roses and frolicking through the tulips and stuff like that. It was great. I even moved to Hawaii. I was so in love with the man. I gave up my career. I gave up my family that I had back home in Alabama. I missed my nieces and nephews' birthdays and things like that. Excuse me. Yeah. So that was probably Mike again on another profile. So thank you so much. I love the support in the group. Oh, you're welcome. So anyway, all right. Sorry, getting back to my topic. Okay, so I moved to Hawaii. I gave up a career. I gave up my family. I missed my nieces and nephews' birthdays, other family functions, all to be with this man that I loved. Wanda Gale, true story. Yeah, Wanda knows all about this. Like, me and Wanda had some conversations about this. Like, she and I got on a whole nother level when it came to this. So I did that. I was absolutely in love with him. We get married. I feel like he's in love with me too. And then it was probably first few months of our marriage were great. They were good. And I was very happy. I thought we were both happy. But of course, you're newlyweds. It is what it is. And, probably 6 months after we got married, I started seeing things and noticing things. Oh, Heidi, what a creep. I know, he was a creep. Hey. So, anyway, I do not know why that's all coming up. But after that, I started seeing things, and after I started seeing these things, I knew something I knew something had to be done. And I confronted him about it, and we both were chopping it up to stress at his job. He got a promotion, and he got a promotion, and what the heck, I don't know, Michelle. Your guess is just as good as mine. But he got a promotion. We were chopping it up to stress, and I steadily noticed other things coming up, such as I found out about some girls that he dated. We were on a break, so I'll give him that, but he didn't tell me about said girls. Okay, so Bradley Peterson, you're getting blocked too. I do not know what's going on tonight, girls. This is really weird. YouTube, I'm glad you're not seeing this. But, as I said, I started finding out about this, and it made me, not even just as a TS woman, but as a woman, period, it really brings you down. When you feel like you've got to compete for someone's attention. And then we moved to Japan. We thought things were going to get better once we got to Japan because he was going to have less stress. And obviously that didn't happen. Group. Oh, Hola, ¿cómo está, mijo? Yeah, so guys, so Grupo Centro, Turner. All right, so this gentleman has a daughter, and he's in Chile. He runs a group there in Chile for women with TS. Hola, mi gente, ¿cómo está? Estoy trabajando ahora. Estoy en Tampa hoy y mañana a mi casa en Delran, New Jersey. No me gusta. But anyway, so Alex Nueva, if someone loves you, you should never have to compete. Exactly. You should. Thank you. Exactly. And that is exactly what I told my ex. And, you know, I started feeling, there was a situation after we got to Japan that made me think I was about to compete once again. But I quickly snuffed that in the bud. And I've told girls this before, and I hated hearing this growing up. I hated hearing it, so I know y'all are gonna hate it too. I hated hearing, "Oh, you're not married, you don't understand. You'll understand when you get married." I cannot tell you how many times I hated hearing that, and it's what I have to say in this situation. Until you've been married, it's hard to describe, but you know when the other person, sorry, I'm still dealing with some allergies. I'm moving from Colorado to New Jersey. I'm on a plane a lot, so, but you know when that other person just isn't in love with you anymore. And when that happens, there's really no way to bring it back, and there's no way to rebuild that. When so I would suggest anybody who's trying to get into a romantic relationship or thinks about it and you have TS, put TS in the back of your mind, okay? First off, let's get to know the person before you even think about that, bringing TS into the equation. Get to know the person, see if you want a relationship with them. If you don't, good. If you do, great. Let it do. But I would just suggest take your time. Take your time. Get to know the person that you're with or wanting to be with. Get to know them. Learn about yourself. And like I said, love yourself before you can love somebody else. It's not going to work if you don't. But first off, don't tell them about TS, like I said, right off the bat. I've always waited till like the third or fourth date. You kind of know if you like this person or if you don't like this person. Okay? It's up to you when you want to tell them that you have TS and how to bring that up and what to say about it. Because Lord knows if you tell them, they might Google it and it's not going to be pretty. So there's that. But, okay. Sorry, guys. Estamos viendo nuestra hija está con... Oh, qué linda. Okay. Muy bien. Let's see. All right. Accurate, yes. Yeah. So, sorry, Acura TS. But anyway. Alright, ladies. Well, I've got to hit SAC. I have got a flight tomorrow. And I made it to Tampa. I'm going to try later this week to do a ladies' night again. And whenever I fly to a city, if I have a layover, just check out my personal page. I might be able to put it on the page here. Wow. I do not know what's going on tonight. But anyway, sorry. But anyway, so if I end up in a city, if I fly there, I'll let you know. check out my personal page. Make sure you keep up to date with me on that and on Wing She Flies. So that way you can kind of find out where I am. And if you are in the city that I'm in, if I have a layover, I would love to talk to you. Sorry, I do not know what's going on with all this. I don't even know where that came from. But anyway, so ladies, have a good night, and I will see you next week. Bye.